Hi everyone. Wednesday we had a boating down in Eftelu here, lunchtime. Tuesday we had a boating on the dirt track lunchtime. We had another boating at 3:30 in the morning. The one we had in Eftelu here on the road, we had because where we were there, we had the local fascists come, photographing and everything else. We photographed them as well. It's all right, no problem. The people that came in, they're very wet, they're very cold. We looked after them. There's 44 that came in on Eftelu. The one that came in on Tuesday, the sea was very rough and the wind was really up, and we had them up on the cliff. It was really, really cold. We got all the children and women in the cars and heated the cars up and that, and they were there for about an hour and a half before we moved them. We have to try and move them a lot quicker, but we're under instructions now as volunteers. We can't move anyone unless the authorities say we can. I don't know what's going to happen in January or February. Maybe we'll be there and we'll lose people. I don't know. Some people there were close to hypothermia. They were shaking and that, and we got all the vulnerable ones in the car, and all the ones outside we didn't have room in the cars for. We put blankets around and everything else, and we done the best we can. We had an incident which I've talked about before at the Clara Hotel. These are lovely people over there. They looked after 15 children and 4 women, just for, I think it was 2 days before the boat from Athens, and they got the boat to Athens to go out, and they were asked if they could do this for a couple of days, which, they are lovely people there. The fascists went mad. The fascists of Petra, the fascists of Molyvos, the neo-Nazis, they went mad. They were down there screaming and all hell broke loose. There are people that need money to pay their taxes. There are a lot of people that are suffering in Greece because of what the EU's done to Greece, the IMF and that. And I know, the hotels here haven't had a good time. But for the fascists to attack these people at the Clara Hotel, I think is absolutely disgusting. And what I've heard, the fascists are going to make sure they get no business at all. For all the big-hearted people and all the people that love Lesbos and everything else, the Clara Hotel is in a beautiful spot. There's a beach right there. It's down a track. There's 2 hotels there. Birds Bay is very beautiful as well. If you're coming or you've got your families coming, this is a fantastic hotel. And I will do my best, and I know there's other people here will do their best to make sure that the people in the Clara Hotel get all the help they can regarding tourists. This in 2017, fair play to you. You have to earn a living. You have to pay your taxes. We all realise this. There are fascists that don't realise this. I've been told that the Hoteliers Association up here in the north has threatened everyone not to put refugees or NGOs into their hotels. Otherwise, they will take the consequences. This is absolutely disgusting. People have to pay their taxes and people have to earn money. I know I know Molyvos in particular, NGOs are frightened to go there because of the threats, all the tyres that have been slashed. Our rescue teams have been warned out of Molyvos. Now Molyvos is if Erdogan opens the borders again, Molyvos and Petra is a very vulnerable point. The fascists are down at the ports and they say they don't want any boats go anywhere near the ports at all, any rescue boats. The Coast Guard are not allowed in the ports with refugees. So from basically from Eftelu around to Molyvos to Petra, this is going to be a very, very vulnerable area, and especially when we go around the corner around by the castle there. The seas are very strong and everything else and rough. And if we get any boats go out, and last year we had many boats go out through there, and they're not allowed to land anywhere there. And if anything happens like we had on the 28th of October where we lost 70 people out here, and we can't get them into the ports of Molyvos and Petra, it won't be 70, it'll be the whole boat. And there was over 300 on that boat that day. We brought in 240 odd alive. That was from the rescue boats and the Coast Guard and everything. You know, the rescue teams and that, to be threatened by these fascists, to be threatened by these people that rule here and say they're having no refugees. This is really strange because they're putting out, they done all the work in magazines. They wonder why the Dutch are not coming here because they done all the work and they helped all the refugees and the NGOs just took the money and done nothing. And yet we have all these incidences. An NGO going into town, they get their car's tyres slashed. They're at the port telling no boats are allowed in the port. They're at Petra port saying no boats are allowed in there, no rescue boats. The Coast Guard can't bring refugees in there and everything else. I have to destroy my videos so everyone can't see what really went on here last year. And this town of Molyvos helped unbelievably. They helped everyone. Someone somewhere is lying. You know, there were people, good people in this town that helped, definitely, 100%. I had people in this town out on the beaches with me. A lot of them came overnight and gave me stuff on the gates quietly because they couldn't be seen coming up and helping us because of the people that rule. They would give them what they gave us and still given us. You know, there's a lot of things been going on here. There's a lot of evidence now. We know most of these fascists. We know who are behind them. We have photographs of most of them. And a lot of the people behind them on the top, they have two faces. They have this face. Look at me, I'm very beautiful. I help all the refugees and I do this and this. And then they have this evil face at the back. You know, stabbing us all in the back big time. And you'll find all the contracts that were signed with the NGOs and everything up here in the north were signed by these people. All the contracts and that and all the money that was made were made by these people. And now these people are making decisions that no one's allowed to have NGOs in their places. How far do you go? Do you go as far as to say no shops are allowed NGOs in? If the hotels are not allowed NGOs and refugees in, then surely the shops are not allowed refugees and NGOs in. What about the chemists? Do we go as far as the chemists, the food shops? Do we go as far as taxis? No NGOs are allowed to get in taxis. Are you going to start threatening the taxi drivers? I was speaking to someone the other day and they said Mytilene does not want NGOs and they do not want refugees. And they are going to stop it. I was in Mytilene today talking to people. Mytilene is an incredible place. They have an incredible mayor. They have an incredible head of authorities around Mytilene doing their best in a very, very bad situation. When I was talking to people today in Mytilene, they were saying Mytilene has never had it so good. Yeah? There's people that normally in the winter haven't got work, they have got work. There's a lot of refugees, they're in the town, they're shopping, they're drinking coffees, they're buying clothes. I was in Alpha Vita this morning and there was refugees in front of me, loads and loads of shopping because they have to eat and everything else. And they're using their credit cards, a lot of them have money still. All the clothes shops, the NGOs going in buying clothes, the shoe shops, the chemists. I know one NGO that spent over 12,000 euros in the chemist in 1 hour. You know, I've given the Doctors of the World from, I've got donations from other NGOs and given the Doctors of the World 3,000 euros in cash for the chemists so they can buy medical prescriptions for the people in Moria. You know, what the fascists are telling people, that Mytilene does not want refugees, Mytilene doesn't want this, you know, they're going to get rid of all the NGOs and everything else. But what's happening in reality is happening here. All the people in Mytilene and that, they have very big hearts. Okay, we have problems in Mytilene, it's quite obvious. It's 10 times bigger than Molyvos will ever be. But the NGOs are trying to spread their money out in the cafeterias. They're trying to, and the hire cars. If you drive past Moria, you know, I was there this morning in Moria. I mean, Moria, outside Moria, must have been 300, 400 cars, hire cars. And you can see all the hire company names on it. Are these fascists here in the north going to have a go at all these hire companies? Are they going to have a go at the hire companies up here that are hiring cars to NGOs? Because there's no difference from having a go at hotels and people trying to earn a living from hotels, having a go at them. There's no difference having a go at them. It is having a go at the taxi drivers, having a go at the hire companies, having a go at the shops. There's no difference at all. Everyone's trying to make a living. Yeah? Everyone's trying to pay their taxes. Everyone's trying to pay their bills. You know, everyone here in Greece is suffering because of what happened here, economically. Yeah? So what's happening here is just unbelievable. And what will happen here, if we have a big accident off of Molyvos and Petra, which I've said before, and 300 bodies in the sea, and it's going to go worldwide because all the shit goes worldwide, you know, all the abuses and that are going worldwide, then these accidents like this, because these people, not because this accident happened and drowned, you know, it happened off of Egypt, you know, and the media all around the world hardly said a thing about 320 people drowning. If 300 people drown here, around Petra and Molyvos, and we couldn't get the boats out there, and these people drowned because of that, we couldn't get rescue boats out there and things, and the Coast Guard can't bring these people into Molyvos or Petra, believe me, the media will pick up on this, and they will bloody destroy these two towns completely. You know, there's a piece here Monday morning in Mytilene, and I have to say I really feel for the families involved here, and I'm very, very, very sorry what happened here and everything else. You know, a car went over, a young lad took his father's car, I think, and the car went over into the sea. And there was 5 young people in the car. You know, this is horrendous. I've been thinking about this one, and I'm really thinking for the families, and I think for the boy that was driving the car, and that it's incredible. You know, it's really horrible, and I'm very, very sorry this happened. Anyway, when the car went into the water, the 5 of them were trapped in the car, and some local fishermen there, they jumped in, and 3 refugees jumped in, 3 young lads. They jumped into the water and everything else, and they managed to save 3 of the 5 occupants of the car. This bit of news we had in our local papers and stuff, and a few people put it on the internet, but it was nothing. It was, you know. Then you had this group of fascists attacking Clara Hotel because they want to put 4 ladies and 15 children in, and this went right round the world. And this is what the media does. You know, this, where these 3 refugees and these local fishermen jumped in, the fishermen jumped in and saved these 3 people. This should have gone all around the world for the great big heart of the island of solidarity. And the great big heart of the people here, and this is Greek people, this is what we do and everything else, and this should have been world news. No, what goes around social media all around the world is what these fascists did in the Clara Hotel. And this is what the media does. It picks up on the awful things. It picks up on the fucking disgusting things, because that's what they like to show. And that will destroy this town, because this town hasn't stopped for 18 months. The abuses are constant. And some of the stuff the town itself has put on Facebook, you can't hide that. That's there for 30 years. You know, and all these things that has come out, you know, and the abuses on the 22nd of August by members of authority from this town against tourists and things like that. That will always be there for 30 years. You know, you can't hide it. You can't say this didn't happen because you put it on there, you know, and other people have put the statements on and everything. You know, you have these town organisations after the meetings, they're printing things and they're all signed and everything. It's on their Facebook for 30 years. Don't you realise this? You can't destroy that, it's there. Yeah? Anyway, when that incident happened the other day, jumping back to where we were, you know, that should have been world news, where, you know, local people are jumping in the water and with refugees and saving lives. This is a massive thing. These guys deserve awards and everything, all of them. Yeah? Anyway, someone put it on social media, and the pictures are there and everything. You can see that. You know, it's all there. And then we have one of the fascists here, who has been coming at my family for a long time. I keep blocking him on Facebook and everything else. He changes it, or she changes it, whoever they are. You know, you have this incredible act of bravery or anything else, yeah? And you got this guy or woman, Georgios Gamothlios Engliasos. It means, basically I've been told this name means fuck the English. George fucks the English. Oh, okay, you may be, I don't know. But he's come in under this post about this these people rescuing and everything else. And he said, why don't you take them home, you thieving bastards? This is one of the nice people from here. Yeah? Yeah, this same guy. Another post he sent to me. I hope we don't meet, motherfucker. Then you will know what imitation is all about. I will fuck you. Pathetic pom. And another one by our great friend Georgios. Get out of Lesbos, motherfucker. You are not welcome anymore. And ask your politicians to return the Lord Thief stole from the Parthenon. You pom so proudly display the museum's full stolen culture because you don't have one of your own primitive arseholes. And another one, let's do a few of Giorgio's. He's been coming at me for a long time, this guy. And he comes up with a piece. He's a disgusting piece of work. If you are disgusted like you say, go back, motherfucking country, and take the refugees with you. Nobody asked you to get involved in this, and fuck your British lawyers, and you are out of the EU. Fuck you, forced jealous. If you like to say have enough of this, fuck off. You are not qualified to talk about the Greek people, you rapist bastard. So fuck your British lawyer and the EU that voted to get you out from this video falls into Greek lawyer. He will fuck you up. Bad, you're going to forget your own name. He'll fuck you up so bad you're going to forget your own name. Threatening to get fucked, going or shut your cocksucking mouth. Eric. Okay. Okay, so reading one more. I mean, we get this constantly from this guy. He says, we don't give a fuck about tourism. Like you stop threatening Malacca. You live in Greece. You don't know nothing about Greek, only propaganda that fucked up your brain. Okay. I love the bit, we don't care a fuck about tourism. This person's from Molyvos. We've had tourists threatening in Molyvos. There is evidence of this, a lot of it. We've had tourist car tyres slashed in Molyvos. I've had my car tyre slashed, but I'm not a tourist, I live here. We've had NGOs, lots of NGOs, tyres slashed in Molyvos. Last week there's a lady here who moved to Petra. She's renting a house in Petra and she hopes to stay here for a year renting it when she came. She's renting a hire car for a year and everything else. Well, she was. She was confronted. She was literally frightened when this guy took photographs of her car number plate, asked her where she lived, confronted her, and told her to get the fuck out of Greece. We don't want foreigners here. Now, Petra's becoming like Molyvos. This was Petra. This lady was very shocked. She came to me. We tried to calm her down and everything, and she was saying, oh, my family was going to come here, I was going to rent rooms with my family and friends, they would be in hotels. This is, you know, unbelievable. You know, all the money this lady and her family would have spent in these towns in the next year, and she's told to fucking get out, and basically she was told never come back. Then the other day before she left, she's gone to England now. The other day before she left, she went into a shop in Petra to buy some food, and she was confronted in the shop and told exactly the same. Get out, you fucking foreign bastard. We don't want you fucking bastards here anymore. This is unbelievable. This is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah? Okay, one more from Georgius, this lovely person. You fucking idiot. Make up your fucked up mind. Who are Greek terrorists? You are terrorists and refugees, all the refugees. Think you are really fucked up, and you know why. You let your steam out to people that for last 15 years you have been more kind to you than Pommy is worth it. And if you are a man, let's meet and discuss this. I'm not one of those Greeks. Meet and discuss this. I'm, like you say in your videos, that terrorists, tourists and refugees, assertive person, I didn't like you. If I didn't like you, I would already smash your face up. I know you believe me. You don't scare me one bit. And as far as the English are concerned, to me, you all thieving Parthenon marbles, Lord fucking Alban marbles. Okay, Giorgio. Months and months and months of this crap. Screenshots by the hundreds, not just from Giorgio, from a lot of other people here in this town. So, but Giorgio, you have overstepped the mark. Now I'm going to come for you. I've got in touch with the police. I'm going to the police station. Don't matter what you do now, it doesn't matter. It's on the internet, it's there for 30 years. We will find out who you are. Not just under the name of Giorgio, under the other names you came in on as well. We've been onto Facebook. We tried to shut this guy down. You can't shut him down or her down. She just keeps coming. Now I'm coming for you. It might take 6 months, a year, I've been told by authorities and by police, because they have to track a lot of paperwork and go through a lot of things. But this is going to the hate crimes in Greece. The hate crimes unit is meant to be, and I've been told, a very, very good crimes unit. And they sift through and they will find your IP addresses, or your IP address. And we will find you. When we do find you, believe me, this town's going to know your name. And I'm going to come for you. I'm going to sue you. Or your family, even if you're a child or whatever, I don't know. Because, you know, I don't think you are a child. I've got a rough idea who you are. So, yes, we're going to go for you, Giorgio. We're going to find you. We're going to come for you. We're going to sort through all the Facebook, and we will get court orders and stuff, and we'll get the chief prosecutor to open you up, and we will come for you. And then we're going to tell this town about the person who don't care a fuck about tourists and everything else, and basically is ruining tourism for the north of the island. One of the people, I think there's 80 fascists now in Molyvos and Petra. They're doing a fantastic job of destroying Molyvos and Petra, absolutely, completely. You know, I was talking to a couple more people the other day, and they said this town is absolutely gone, these two towns now, because of the damage these fascists have done. Every one of you are responsible. We got photographs of you in the port. We do have photographs around Clara. We do have photographs in Molyvos Port, Petra Port. We do have photographs of the guy the other day out here in Eftelu photographing the NGOs. You people are the destruction of Molyvos and Petra. Mytilini's packed, you can't find anywhere in Mytilini. Yeah, to rent a hotel and things like this. When you go through the town, it's a happy place, you see it. People have money in their pockets. People up here are suffering because you have these people on the top destroying everything here. Yeah. And most of the contracts from the NGOs was given to these people on the top, and they sorted everything out here on the north, and they took everything. It's the people with the small shops and the people with the little restaurants that are going to suffer next year big time. We'll do our best. You know, as I said, anyone coming next summer to this area, please book the Clara Hotel and Birds Bay as well, because it's next door. They're both together. Let's fill it down there. There are places here we will feel definitely 100% the good people here, and I will make it, after 18 months of abuse from these fascists and everything else, I will make it a good point of directing people, tourists, to good people. I will make a really good point of doing this, and I've asked everyone else to do exactly the same. People with big hearts, you deserve to have the money in your pockets to pay your taxes and pay your rents and everything else and pay your bills because of this. You fascists that are destroying these two towns, you don't deserve anything at all. Nothing. Believe me. Yeah. Okay, that's that. Giorgio, fair play. We know who you are, and I'm going to come for you big time. Yeah. You've come at my family, you've come at my wife, you've come at me, you've come everywhere at me. I am going for another fascist in England as well. We have lawyers on that. When we find out who you are, Giorgio, I will bring my lawyers from London on this one. And I have lawyers in Athens and here on the island, very good lawyer here on the island. And believe me, boy or girl, whoever you are, you'll get everything you put out. Okay? All the best, everyone. Bye.